Hello world, hello YouTube. Thank you for checking me out. Thank you so much. It's a really beautiful day today. I'm here in a rice field in Vietnam and I'm just relaxing. Did a little bit of exercise this morning and right now I just got finished sungazing, which is what this video is going to be about. I'm going to talk about some of the things that people don't really understand about sun gazing. I'll try to shed some light on it and I guess create discussion about some of these things. And the three things related to sun gazing that I'll talk about in this video are: number one, when is the best time to sun gaze? I'll talk about the best time and I'll explain why it's the best time. Number two, how to sun gaze safely. A lot of people are kind of unsure about the safety of it and whether they should be doing it or not and how to do it. But I'll give you some alternative ways and I'll talk about this. I'll explain so that you have more power without worry when you practice this. And the last thing that I'll talk about is where your mind should be when you sun gaze. Like really good places to put your mind and your body as you sun gaze to get the most benefit from it. Okay, so let's start with the first thing. What is the best time to sun gaze? The best time to sun gaze is in the morning. First sunrise, when the sun's just coming up over the horizon. All right, so why is this the best time to sun gaze? Well, I'll give you a few reasons why. One reason why is you should have gone the whole night in a fasted state for light, meaning you should have been in total darkness all night, and your body should have been offloading the light that you got during the day to heal and regenerate itself. So when you wake up in the morning, your body will be starving for light. You will have fasted, just like if you go all night without eating, so you eat breakfast, you're breaking the fast. The same thing with light. And when you fasted, or when you've been hungry for an extended period of time, your body efficiently handles the food really well and you absorb more of it. The same thing with light and with sun gazing. So that's why morning is the best time. Think of it as breakfast. All right, another reason why morning is the ideal time to sun gaze. Many of your hormones are made through your eyes, not necessarily from sun gazing, but being outside, seeing natural light. Like right now, I'm not looking at the sun, but I'm seeing natural light, and brain chemicals are being made through my eyes right now as we speak. And some examples of these brain chemicals are cortisol, which is stress hormone, dopamine, which is the motivation, the smart hormone, serotonin, which is the hormone that makes us feel happy and content with our lives. What's another one? Melatonin. Melatonin is the sleep and regeneration hormone, and even adrenaline, and so many other hormones to name are made from light coming through our eyes. I mean, we make hormones other ways, but light is a major player in us making hormones that maintain us. All right, so morning again is the best time because you can load up on these hormones to get you through the day. And morning is a good time because you'll be more receptive to it, and you'll be able to load up on all of these hormones and get your body ready to take you through the day. And The other reason why morning is the ideal time is because of it setting your circadian rhythms. Your circadian rhythm is basically your sleep and wake cycle. And to me, my opinion, this is one of the keys to a long and healthy life, one of the keys to longevity. Maintaining a very tight, strict circadian cycle. And by waking up in the morning, first sunrise, when the sun's rising above the horizon, it sends a strong message. By you seeing this, it sends a strong message in your brain that it's daytime. And if you do this enough, and me, when I do this on a regular basis as often as I should, I'm able to wake up at like exact times in the morning, like within like the same couple of minutes. Every morning I wake up. It's like my body is totally in sync with the universe, with the sun as it rises. So it's a really good, phenomenal thing when your body's in sync that way. It's really powerful, really beautiful thing. So circadian rhythms to me are one of the most important keys to anti-aging and longevity. Another important key to longevity and anti-aging is the hormone melatonin. I just mentioned to you melatonin. It's the sleep and regeneration hormone. And the reason why I think it's another key to longevity is because melatonin has a very strong impact on your mitochondria. Melatonin is responsible for recycling and repairing damaged mitochondria and making new mitochondria. And many experts believe that longevity is based on the functioning of your mitochondria. And what are mitochondria? Mitochondria are the bacterial parts of your cell. They have a symbiotic relationship with your cells, and they make energy for your body. And I've done a couple of videos about mitochondria. Check them out. They scratch the surface. They're a good step in the right direction. Or you can, of course, hit the internet, buy some books. But this is really important to know if you want to, have good health, good energy, knowing the behavior of your mitochondria and how to put them in the best situation possible to keep them functioning and making energy. So, two things that I think are tied to longevity are melatonin, because melatonin maintains good mitochondria, and your circadian rhythm, your sleep and wake cycles. And I guess one example that I have to kind of back this up is that I've read a book about blue zones, people that live in blue zones. What's a blue zone? A blue zone is a place on Earth that has a very high concentration of people that live to be more than 100 years old. I myself had the privilege of living in a blue zone for 2 years. I got to observe this for myself. And the blue zone that I lived in was the #1 blue zone in the world, Okinawa, Japan. Another blue zone is Loma Linda, California. Really strict religious Seventh-day Adventists, vegans. Another blue zone is Sardinia, Italy. And when I was reading this book, reading about the lives of these people, reading about their social networks, one thing that stood out to me about them and the way they live their lives as far as like their environment is that most of them were agricultural workers, meaning they worked outside all day under normal light conditions. They saw normal light patterns all day. So they're basically sun gazing all day. They're not looking directly at the sun, but they're seeing normal light, and it's charging their bodies and giving them the proper codes from the sun all day, and it's keeping their circadian rhythms tight. And I'm pretty sure they have really amazing sleep every night, and that's one of the common things that these these people had. They saw natural light, and they fueled their body with natural light all through the day. And for the reasons that I told you about, your mitochondria being made by seeing natural sunlight, and your circadian rhythms being set by seeing natural light all through the day and darkness at night. Those two things are one of the keys to longevity, and we could link that to sun gazing. Okay, the second thing I'd like to talk about in sun gazing is what's the best way to sun gaze safely? What's safe sun gazing? Okay, so with safe sun gazing, here's a little secret about sun gazing. You don't need to look at the sun to reap the benefits of sun gazing. You really just need to be outdoors. You need to be outdoors. And when you're outdoors, you're automatically sun gazing. But many of us, we don't live that way, or we can't live that way because of our occupations and our lives, the lives that we choose to live. And so, I guess in that situation, you got to be more aggressive about it. That's when you got to go out and purposely suntan, or purposely look at the sun, so that you can get what you've missed. And like the thing about your eyes, I consider them like black holes for light. So you don't really need to look at the sun to get the light through your eyes. Your eyes are going to do that anyway. They're going to absorb huge amounts of light. That's their job. They really suck in light. They're designed to do that. But we're not outside as much as we should. So then we go to playing makeup by doing things like sun gazing. Okay, so just being outside is sun gazing. But if you need to be more aggressive about it, you're not outside enough, then the next step would be to just simply face in the direction of the sun, like I'm doing now. And that increases the amount of light that your eyes are able to focus on and pull in. It increases the intensity of the light that you're taking into your body. And I guess the next step up to pull more light into your body, I guess more in a shorter amount of time, which I guess sun gazing is kind of about efficiency, trying to get more from less time by going directly to the source. But a way to sun gaze that is very effective but has lower risk is when you look up at the sun. Your field of vision is like a big oval, and the center of this oval is the focal point. And when you look at the sun, when you focus on the sun, you put the sun in that focal point, you get very strong light pulled into your body, but the potential for it to cause damage or be dangerous also increases, and many people are concerned with that. So one thing you can do is your field of vision. It's like a big oval. Don't put the sun in the middle of the focal point. Put the sun somewhere outside of the oval. Put the sun where you can see it, but it's not the focus of your vision. And that way you will be getting huge amounts of sun, but the danger will be less, or the potential to have problems will be less. And of course, if you're really strapped for time, or if you're really advanced and you just really want to get straight to the point, you're not worried about danger, you can of course look directly at the sun. And when you do this, be careful. Be careful, and maybe like what I do, I look directly at the sun. If I feel a little bit uncomfortable, I may kind of look away from the sun, and then I go back to the sun. Or sometimes I don't even look at the sun. Sometimes I just look, I just put the sun in my field of vision and I look around it and I just sun gaze that way. It depends on my mood, it depends on my needs, it depends on my intuition, which I've gained from doing this close to 4 years. So, you know, a lot of it is trial and error, but I just told you like some really safe ways to put this into practice with the least amount of potential for danger to put yourself in. Another thing, oh yeah, one thing that I missed. When you sun gaze in the morning, one benefit of sun gazing in the morning also, which is also a safety precaution, is that it exposes your eyes and your skin to infrared light, but very little UV. And you get this if you sun gaze early in the morning, first sunrise, or late in the evening. But I think early in the morning has the overall is the best because of all the benefits that come with it, which I just explained. But early morning and evening will prepare a person to be able to handle the stronger sunshine times, the higher UV times, because infrared light is extremely regenerative. It's extremely regenerative. It will prepare your skin for extra sunlight. This will prepare you to get extra sunlight. So if you're a person that sunburns or a person that can't handle the sun well, focus on getting yourself outside during these times, and it will condition your skin to be able to handle really stronger sunshines, such as the UV. And being able to handle UV is a really good thing, because UV, it's a very powerful form of sunlight. If you're able to absorb it, you're able to power yourself. That's what vitamin D is made from. And you know, vitamin D is basically like a metric to tell you how well you're absorbing the sun. And you know, just because you're in the sun doesn't mean your vitamin D will be high. You know, because maybe you're not absorbing the sun well. Maybe you're too dehydrated to absorb the sun, because you know, water is the battery. I've talked about that in my other videos, water being the battery. Okay, so again, if you want to, you have trouble with sun gazing or sun tanning, focus on the high infrared portions of the day, early morning or late in the evening, and build your way up to stronger sunshine times. And these will benefit you with the least amount of risk. Okay, and the last thing that I'll talk about is where your mind should be. The best places to put your mind when you sun gaze. All right, when I first began sun gazing, like my first year of sun gazing, people used to ask me, when you sun gaze, what do you think about? Are you meditating? What are you doing? And I thought to myself, that's a really good question, because I'm not doing anything. I'm just looking at the sun. But after I was asked that question, I realized that I was doing something subconsciously. I was figuring out my problems in my life subconsciously, and they were being the light was being shed on those subconscious problems by the sun, which is consciousness. The consciousness was shining down on my subconscious, and I was able to fix things, or I got more clarity of things in my life. And I didn't really realize that's what was happening. But after I realized that that's what was happening, then I took it a step further. I got more active. I began to ask myself questions and try to get the answers from connecting myself to nature, such as connecting myself to sun gazing, grounding myself. And I I began to get answers to the questions that I was asking myself. And I was like, wow, all this internal wisdom that I have, and I just have to have the key to unlock it. And some of those keys are just, our connections with nature. And with that, I decided to even take that a step further. Like me, myself, I was having, I guess, issues with, controlling my emotions and just trying to be content with myself and feel good about myself and be confident. So I decided to, use the sun gazing to illuminate some of those things that I was lacking. So I would take feelings such as happiness and cultivate them. I did a video called the Internal Smile about cultivating internal emotions, cultivating positive internal emotions to heal the body and make the body just function at its peak, and just for you to be overall happy and just content with yourself. The video is called the Inner Smile, and I realized that by putting these feelings in my body before I sun gaze and then sun gazing, I could magnify these feelings. I could make them grow into something much bigger. And that brought me to another rationalization that you really want to control what you think about when you sun gaze, because sun gazing, the time when you're sun gazing is a really powerful time, and whatever is in your head will be magnified. So be careful not to put the bad stuff in your head. Put the good stuff in your head, the stuff that you want to be magnified. For example, it's not even just thinking about bad things. It could be the way you think about something. For example, don't think about something you don't want in your life. Think about something that you do want in your life, because simply having the word "don't" in your head, the light, the consciousness will be shined on that word "don't," and it'll become a part of your subconscious, a part of your psyche. So just get those words out of your head. You don't need those words. Put good words, good thoughts, good intents in your mind, and try to grow those things. Focus on those things as you sun gaze. All right, and another thing with that, as far as keeping your mind open and clean, and you're opening your heart, this makes you more magnetic. It makes you more magnetic. You can absorb more energy from the sun. It opens up your energy channels, and you're able to absorb the energy from the sun, which is your purpose of sun gazing. Doing these things just makes you more magnetic, and it makes you more magnetic because, like, a couple of my subscribers, they brought something to light for me through the comments that they wrote. One of my subscribers said that he sees the sun as a conscious being, which I already knew this, but I never thought about it, and I was like, you're absolutely right. And another one of my subscribers, he does videos about sun gazing, and he talks about him having a relationship with the sun, and actually talking to the sun and communicating with the sun. And like, I really put those two things together. It just made something click in my mind. And like when I sun gaze, I'm communicating with the sun. And when you communicate with the sun, or when you communicate with another person, another creature, animal, you want to do it with a very open heart and a really clear mind. Otherwise, communication is no good, and the sun is no different. So I've gone on too long with this, so I'll end it here, and I hope you learned something from this video. I hope that this will help us help a lot of us sun gaze more safely. Hope it sheds some light on some things, and I hope that you can. Sorry, video cut off. I hope that if you have insights, please share it with me, share it with us. You know, I really appreciate it. I'm pretty sure everyone else will appreciate it as well. Thank you so much. I love you. You love yourself. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, browse my channel, and I'll see you next time. There's so much more to come. I've ran across like some really amazing insights that I would like to share with you all in the future. So please stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. I'm gone. I love you.